I'm 26 years old. If you asked me at 18 what I thought life would be like at 26, bro, my life would not be what I had pictured. Honestly, I thought I'd have a career figured out by now. Thought I'd be more financially stable. Thought I'd be a lot further ahead than I am now. But even though I'm not doing terribly in life, I've always felt like I'm left behind. For example, I've got a group of about 6 boys, including myself. 3 of them are married. 2 of them are living in their own house/apartment. And I hear stories of one guy's friend buying an apartment, buying a house. I'm sitting here like, fuck, I'm just waiting for GTA 6 to come out. That's like the highlight of the year. Like, right? It's just all I know. Like, it's these real life things are just not of interest to me, and they never were. And honestly, that's just the truth about who I am as a person. I never wanted to grow up. I never did. I knew that these future times that I was going to witness, I knew that they weren't going to be well for me. But that's not an excuse, and I'm not here to ask for pity. I'm not here to tell you not to be like me, because a lot of people are like me. A lot of people don't want to grow up. And I'm not saying I'm a kid. Obviously, I garner responsibilities. I try to do the best I can. I try to make money. I try to provide. I try to do what I can in this life to make it work, of course. And I'm trying to further my skills and progression in life. But there's this part of me that just doesn't want to be an adult, that just doesn't want to move on from like the things that made me happy as a kid. Gaming, hanging out with friends. And I know it sounds like I'm being immature, right? Because maybe to a lot of people listening to this, yeah, I'm being immature. But it's just the truth. That's just how I feel inside. And while I'm sitting here comparing myself, looking around people that are my age doing these things in life, I'm sitting here wondering what the next 5 years of my life are going to be like, especially late night, because obviously what this channel is about, late night thoughts. But you know what? I realized the problem I have is that I only compare my weaknesses with everyone else's highlights. So when I was younger, I still didn't know what I wanted to do in life and what kind of person I wanted to be in life. As the years went by, 19, 20, 21, I thought, man, I have more time to figure it out. I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later. Whatever it is, I'll figure it out later. And now that I'm 26, I still haven't figured it out. I think because subconsciously I don't want to, and it sounds fucking immature. It's just that constant battle within me to say, fuck everyone, fuck society, and just let me do what I want to do. Let me be who I want to be. If I want to live life happily without following the societal norms, let me do it. But then there's also a guilt that I feel that I haven't fully accustomed to those societal roles as a man. The finding a wife, having a full-time stable career, buying a house, and then having children are something a lot of people are doing nowadays, like especially my peers, but like I don't feel that that's my journey, my destination. At one point I did. At one point I thought that was my future. I spent most of my adult life with one person, and then when I lost that relationship, it felt like losing part of the future I thought I had. And that's where I had to reset my whole life, because when I planned something with someone and it just didn't work out, especially when you're with them for that long, your whole life resets. I basically restarted everything at the age of 24, and I wasted those years being depressed. It's just the truth. Sometimes I feel embarrassed about where I work and what I do professionally. I work in a retail store. I feel like I'm supposed to be having a pivotal career, right? Like a pivotal moment. That's been my one battle within myself since I was a kid. What do you want to be in the future? And the truth is, I never had an answer to that, because is it bad to say that I never wanted to be anything? That I just wanted to live? That I wanted to do my own thing? But that's not how life works, obviously. So you got to find something. And then when you do find something and you try it out, you know deep down your heart's not in it. And when my heart is not in something, I don't want to do it. I just struggle so bad to focus on that specific goal, and I don't do it. And that's been a struggle with me ever since I was a kid, even till now. And look where it's gotten me. Absolutely nowhere. But then you got to also look and think that there are people with careers who they hate and would love to trade places with me tomorrow. So it's like, it's good to have that perspective that no matter how down and how lost you feel and how behind you feel you are in life, there are people out there who would kill to be in your position. And I find that somehow soothing. And I don't want to be negative, correct? If I'm being honest with you guys, I don't actually feel like I'm a failure. I think I'm just impatient. I want the good out of life now. And I think that's just a human nature thing. I think I've been waiting so long, being so down in the dumps for the past couple years, that I'm just waiting for something to happen without me actually doing it, which relates to my first video, where if you sit there and do nothing, nothing good's gonna happen to you. Yes, you can wish for that, and yes, you can pray for that, but unless you take action, nothing's gonna come your way unless some divine intervention happens. And some people are just lucky. But I realized I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those lucky ones. I'm blessed. Don't get me wrong. I'm blessed to be living in a country where I don't have to worry about where my next meal is going to come from, or certain bombs and wars, starving and famine and war torn. No, I'm blessed. And I'll always try to remember that I'm blessed. But it doesn't make your inner self turmoil and self doubt any less real. And that's the point I'm trying to prove. Maybe being 26 isn't about having it all figured out. Maybe it's learning how to keep moving forward even when you don't. That's all it is. Trying to figure out life, pushing forward, no matter what the circumstances are, as long as you're moving forward, in my opinion, you're never far behind in life. You're always on the right track. I'm no self-help. This is not me being self-help, nothing. Don't fuck all that self-help bullshit. I'm with you guys in the dumps. I'm struggling with you guys in the dumps. If you're listening to this and you can relate, bro, I'm struggling with you. I'm in the dumps too, bro. And we're going to figure this out together, man. And no matter what age you are, no matter where you're at in life, just know that if you're feeling behind like I am, maybe we're not behind. Maybe we're just in the middle of our story. I'll see you guys in the next one.